That's half the fun of this, is running people over stuff that they've run before from a different angle and no one knows where they're at.
Yeah, but you remember when we had that race out there at Goldendale that one year? Do you remember that?
Which year?
That year, the 6-hour race? You did the start.
Oscar Wilde once said, "An idea that is not dangerous is unworthy of being called an idea at all."
I just said it on the and I don't know.
That one or the next year when he didn't make it past the first one?
You get 4 hungry motorcycle riders together for shabu shabu, and many dangerous ideas are bound to materialize.
Let's do something that lasts a little bit longer than 30 minutes, all right? What do you say, like, I don't know, 24 hours?
Jeff, do they have that back in Wisconsin?
No.
You know, I think Dawn did it one year, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
It was really fun. You guys should try it.
I don't know. Is it Ironman or do you want to team it?
Well, I like Ironman unless you want to start getting in shape.
I'm too lazy and too fat to Ironman it, so I guess if I was going to do it, I'd have to team it.
So I guess we got to put a team together, huh?
I think so. Do you guys know what you're getting into by doing a 24-hour race? Do you have any idea?
All you need is like an LED and a multi-tool on your hip or something.
Just take a flashlight to your handlebars. I mean, come on. How hard could that be?
Yeah. I'm telling you, lighting is everything.
And there has to be at least 5 of us.
5 on a team?
5 on a team.
Actually, some.
No, you can have.
So we got.
You have to have 5 because if each lap is an hour, that means you get 4 hours of rest. Any less than that, you get very little sleep.
We need sleep.
You don't sleep at a 24-hour race, do you, Jeff? So,
Gary, you think you can stay up for 24 hours?
you know me. I'm Mr. Endurance.
Okay.
All I need is some chocolate and some Pedialyte, and I'm doing all right.
With 4 out of 5 team members on board, it was time to do some headhunting for number 5.
So, Don, any ideas on who you might want to have on the team? We got me, you, Jeff, and Jeff Hart. Who else can you think of?
Multi-berry bagel? I have no idea for a 5th team member, although I did try and talk Trev into it.
Trev's going to do Ironman.
He says no, he just has to do the Ironman because he has to win. He has to beat speed.
Well, I guess we'll just go out to the track today and kind of scout around, huh?
Yeah.
So we need another rider on the team, and you had somebody in mind.
I do, this guy.
Yeah, this guy right here.
Dave!
Dave Taxel.
Hi.
Hi.
We need another rider for a 24-hour team. You want to do it?
Sure.
Yeah?
Really?
That's it?
Like, that's it?
Just sure
No.
you don't want to do
No,
it.
you guys are too slow.
We're gonna,
You ever do a night?
No, actually,
You got lights on your bike?
not at the moment.
Dang.
I mean, if I rode at night, it means I'd have to put a stator and stuff on my bike and a battery.
what's the longest race you've done?
I've done some 100-mile desert races.
You ever done Baja?
Nope.
That's 5.
That rocks.
We're good to go. What do you think of that shit, Jeff?
Ask me at the end of the race. Yeah. You know, it's all pipe dreams and good ideas right now. Hell yes. There's the answer.
Oh yeah.
We got it.
So, high five him or something. Do something cool. Welcome to.
Yeah, let me hold your sandwich for you.
Yeah, I bet you like it.
A 25-hour event may be a difficult event even for your average team. But there's another class out there that chooses to ride without a team, the Ironman class. Meet Trev Pelzer. The one-time man-tracker star and first-time 24-hour racer sees a greater purpose in tackling the race solo. For him, it's about pushing yourself beyond the comfort zone.
Name's Trev Pelzer. I'm first time 24-hour Ironman rider. Several people have been asking me, why are you doing this? Some people question my intelligence. You know, I've been thinking about it a lot, trying to figure out, why am I doing this? Why am I doing 24-hour Ironman on my own? I think what it comes down to for me is that life overall for most of us is pretty simple. Our survival needs are handled. If we need something to eat, we go to the store, we go out to eat whatever we need. We just don't have to worry about that much, and we're not really challenged physically very much, challenged a lot mentally and emotionally, but physical challenges of life are pretty minimal. So I think it's the physical challenge, it gives me an opportunity to go out and see really see what I'm made of and test myself mentally, physically, and emotionally. I think the endurance events are suited a little more my style because I'm not the fastest rider in the world, but with the endurance events, it's more about strategy and discipline than it is anything. If I don't win it, and I come back and I go, dang, if I just would have done this, or if I would have done this differently, I might have come out different, then I'll probably be back for another competitive year next year. Because if I don't win it, I'm not going to be satisfied.
In the Bots Racing Team camp, it was time to have the first support and planning meetings and get the ball rolling. And drink beer and eat pizza.
Pretty much.
Yeah, they were refrigerated.
Is that Papa Murphy's?
No, I made this.
You did.
Oh yeah, that's handmade dough.
Handmade
It's
dough.
Italian household.
I didn't
here.
see you
This is
tossing any pizza in there.
These vegetables grown in my garden.
Oh, okay. Actually, on the left,
Your left?
that would be Tom Breedlove. He's the voice.
I have a face for radio, I've been
The
told.
radio right there.
Team Full Tilt. How's that sound?
Oh, that worked. All right, there we go. Team Full Tilt.
My name.
Jose,
I'm Dawn. And
why do you look so scared?
I'm fourth in the lineup.
This is our starting order. We have Gary, Jeff Staub of Team Bots, Jeff Hart, Don, and Dave Taxel.
If you're on a track and a bike fails, what do we do?
You don't. They have
What-
track
what do-
sweeps.
They have track sweeps out there, so they'll bring us back.
You know,
I think what I'd like to try this time though is the two-way radios.
Oh.
Because there's a 5-mile
Yeah.
radius on those two-way radios.
At least we could radio and say, get the next guy ready because we'll be coming through the.
Hey guys, we're like brainstorming in here. We could really use help. We're doing a like planning in here, so it'd be really
were
great
too.
if you were here.
Busted. Really organized person, maybe a little bit on the anal side, but
It's all on film.
which is why I'm a good analyst.
Hey!
We don't pronounce it that way.
Yeah, that's right.
Analyst.
We're in a meeting right now. What are you doing?
Yeah, I don't know how that works. So, I mean,
Just the janitor here. I try not to interrupt any brainstorming.
so what do we have here?
This right there is where you put your Porsche.
Do you have a Porsche?
Not yet.
Oh. So what we have here is a toy hauler, right, Jeff?
Toy hauler.
And do you know the dimensions on this thing?
That's 23 foot.
What else do you know about it?
Sleeps 8.
It sleeps 8.
Yes.
Tom, tell them what it has.
Hit it, Tom.
Yes, Gary and Jeff, this luxurious 23-foot toy hauler has a sink, a stove, a shower, a toilet, and convenient storage compartments for all your gear. This toy hauler can be yours for a cool $35,000.
In the morning when you just got done with your lap, this is the most comfortable bed on the planet, isn't it?
Far better than the seat in the handlebars.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Terry Clark, owner of Red Dog Trailers out of Troutdale, Oregon, and we rent toy hauler trailers. We specialize only in toy haulers, and we have 5 different floor plans.
Great, that's awesome, and we're gonna be the first people to ever use this toy hauler in the 24-hour race, aren't we?
It's a 24 trailer.
Yeah, yeah.
With their sights set on the race and the planning portion underway, it was time for Team Bots to get some quality riding time in. This stop, Mountain View Cycle Park in Sandy, Oregon.
What's going on here? I noticed you guys stopped. What's happening?
Got a flat tire.
Oh, good.
Practice for the race, huh?
Now you're changing it out?
We're gonna change it out for practice. We're gonna do it. We're gonna see if we can do it in 15 minutes or less.
While Gary and Don tend to the tire, Jeff is trying to dial in Hart's bike. It appears to be down on power, among other things.
What's happening, amigo?
Well, check power valve. how a valve works.
Huh.
Put the pipe back on. After all this work, it still runs like a 150.
But still, the reason you took it out and took it apart was because it was having some power issues?
Yeah, no power. No power.
Oh. With the engine down on power, they would need to tear into the top end, back at the garage. Meanwhile, back at the tire, things are looking pretty good. I think the Les Schwab guys don't have anything to worry about right at this point.
Yeah, we're good. Okay, so we're doing a top end job on this two-stroke.
Let's bring in the new.
Just two-stroke. Parts Unlimited Jeff. And this is Parts Unlimited Jeff's Wiseco piston. Yeah.
Little before and after shot there.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you gotta like that. Huh?
Yeah.
Look at here.
We got some porting work that's been done, and
do a little intake or exhaust. Honed.
Mm-hmm.
Exhaust port. Power valve.
Yeah.
Little milling. Special effects by Eric Gore.
Who did the work?
Eric Gore.
Eric Gore.
Yeah.
Gaskets.
$40 worth of
$40
rings and paper.
What?
Well, we got some copper gaskets in there.
$40 for
copper's
gasket.
going up, you know.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yep.
Support through KTM Gresham or KTM Northwest. Alright. There we are.
There you go. One piston. So we're kind of going rogue here. We don't have the classiest shop in the neighborhood, but you know what? It works. And we're going to put Jeff's bike back together, and he's going to have a haul-ass bike. Oh, did you drop something in there? What is that? A circlip?
Yeah, but I think if you rev it high enough, it'll just come out.
I think if you just leave it in there, you'd be okay, don't you think?
If you rev it high enough.
Yeah. So we dropped a bunch of parts into the engine, but we're just going to leave them in there. We think that they'll grind up into little pieces, and the next oil change, they'll just come out, so everything's going to be fine.
No, actually, I think we have a better solution. This new Wiseco piston, it's got these holes in here.
Yeah.
I think that's where the spare parts go.
Oh, the spare parts go in
Yeah,
those
see,
holes.
the old piston didn't have that.
Oh, yeah.
With the race fast approaching and Jeff Hart residing in Wisconsin, Gary and Jeff worked quickly to get this orange steed race ready for their teammate.
Are we ready to fire this thing up, Jeff?
I think we're going to hear something.
Yeah. It better work or you're in deep shit. So this is it. Moment of truth here. No way. Woo! Yeah, yeah. Nice. That is awesome. So Jeff, congratulations, you got a new bike.
Thanks, you have a baby.
Spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of sport. The thrill of victory. Here's the finish!
Whether Ironmanning it or riding on a team, one of the most important aspects of the race is being prepared physically. Trev caught up with Don and Jeff from the Bots team to get a serious workout in.
So would you be here in the gym doing this if you weren't racing a 24-hour race?
More cardio and less working out with the weights.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I pump up too much. With the weather and the fall, I'd say probably more exercise in the gym.
You know, some people get arm pump. I get full body pump. So for a 24-hour race, what part of your body is the most important to make sure is in tip-top shape?
Well,
what part do you want to work on the most?
The part that seems to give most guys a problem is their hands. I'm not sure if it's diet related or if it's actually training related. So I've been just killing my forearms and hands trying to keep the main contact points strong, because as long as I can hang on, I can stay on the bike. But if my hands give up, then I'm done. I'll tell you, I mean, I'll zip tie my hands to the handlebars if I have to. Just stay on it and go. You know, generally, I think it's just really important to have a strong core and really be structurally strong, which changes training from, you know, individual parts, more of a bodybuilding style, to more of just an overall strength, full body movements. And some of the stuff I'm doing is individual, you know, focus on hands and stuff like that, but I don't do a lot of, you know, bench press and chest flies and stuff like that, more push-ups, things that take the full body.
This is like holding your handlebars.
So would you be here if there wasn't a 24-hour race, or do you just do this for fun, or is it a hobby, or?
Both.
Why do you go to the gym?
Stay in shape.
For what?
Life. Stay healthy.
And it helps with the riding, doesn't it?
Helps with the riding and the cycling that we do in the summertime.
Yep. Yeah. Keeps you young.
Yes, it does.
What's this called?
It's called a tread climber.
Yeah.
It's like a step mill or a treadmill that acts like a step machine as well.
Yeah? And what part of your body are we working on here?
Quads and butt.
Oh.
Cardio.
Cardio. Sweat? Let's see some sweat. Girls don't sweat. Where is it? Oh my gosh.
We glisten.
Look at that.
It's glistening.
She's sweating. So what are you going to do now?
I'll get some water.
Are you?
Yeah.
Hydration's important, isn't
Yes,
it?
very.
As this workout comes to an end, discussion invariably points to the battle scars.
No injuries from motorcycles.
Yeah.
Track, skiing.
Really, what happened
No injuries from motorcycles.
Wow, collarbone. You work in a cast room. What are most of the injuries?
Football. Trampolines.
And what else?
Monkey bars.
What about putting lights on the roof of your house?
Taking lights off the roof of your house.
Oh, but does anyone come in your cast room with a scar like that? Woo.
This was the original surgery.
Yeah.
This was the same surgery 15 years later.
Hey, does anybody else want to do any scar comparisons?
Let's go through it.
Okay.
Both toes.
Korea, 1958.
Yes. Ankle, laceration of the knee, hip dislocation, 2 contusions, abdomen, collarbone, shoulder dislocations, 2 ribs.
Wow.
Last weekend, the one on my butt, we thought I had a transmission fluid leak. It was just cold blood on the seat.
What's over there, Trev? Anything that
this one under my
compares to that?
eyebrow from an old Les Schwab injury, but
no.
He says, "What are you doing?" I says, "Well, I'm getting ready to go do a lap." "You're racing this?" And I go, "Yeah." "Well, you're nuts." I says, "You just figured that out about me, huh?" My dad growing up always used to tell me, "Don't be a farmer, you can't make any money farming." And then in the 80s when they predicted the big famines and $5 and $6 wheat and running out of food, he goes and buys up 10 or 12 farms. And then the price promptly tanked. Notice that the people that try and make a fortune at promoting races so far in the Northwest hasn't lasted long. They'll do it for a year or two and decide there's not much money in it and a lot of headaches and they quit.
Goldendale, Washington, population 3,760. This fertile plateau of rich soil, bountiful crops, and a long history of logging resides only 2 hours east of Portland, Oregon. There is beauty and grandeur and plenty to marvel at, and although farming and logging have been the largest industries here, a new commodity makes its way into the mix. Wind power. It was only recently that these vertical behemoths were introduced to the area, adding an element of man-made beauty and precision to the already picturesque landscape. Wind is plentiful here, and it was only a matter of time before someone propped up a propeller. While farming, logging, and wind power may be the economic drivers here in Goldendale, there is a recreational element that cannot be overlooked, and it involves 2 wheels and a handful of throttle. And nobody knows its off-road potential more than Scott Dabrowski. Meet Scott and Debbie. die-hard off-road enthusiasts who run two of the most intense tracks in the nation. A fourth-generation logger, Scott was raised in this part of the country and has dedicated his life to this land. Having watched the wheat market decline in the 80s, Scott was actually encouraged by the government to stop farming. With a government mandate to find other uses for the land, Scott decided to bring his dirt bike hobby home. More than a decade ago, he opened Eddyville, a dirt bike rider's paradise with a motocross track and 7-mile GP course made up of long straights, sweeping corners, and real loam. With the great success of Eddyville, Scott had his eye on a second location only a few miles down the road. He would name location 2 Starvation Ridge. Scott has 2 basic rules at his tracks. Have a great time while you're here, and play by his rules. And when it comes to his own fun, you just may find him out on the track in the Razor giving Debbie the ride of her life. The tweaking and tuning continues on Jeff Hart's bike. It's slowly becoming routine.
The bike's seriously lacking in power, isn't it?
Yes, it's lacking in power. Well, when you put a flywheel on a 250, some people think you gain traction, but you also lose acceleration.
So why don't we go back to taping the flashlight to the handlebar? Show us how you're going to set the sag here, Jeff.
Highly evolved Ace Hardware suspension sag tool.
Yes.
99 cents.
Whoa.
5 cents a rubber plug and fasteners. So $1.05.
What's the alternative?
Pro Circuit for $49.95.
So I'm about 195 to 200 with gear.
I think I'm the closest.
Oh.
Yeah.
Closest to what?
Closest to anorexia. You are not going to be able to set the sag on this bike.
I think I can.
You practicing or what?
Oh yeah. Well, actually, we got to see if Jeff's bike will run. Let's do it.
Yeah.
It was time again for the Bots team to do more testing. This stop, a 6-hour race at Starvation Ridge. This 6-hour event will allow the team to test their lights, dial in suspension, and get some much-needed practice.
What's going on here?
Starvation Ridge, September 26th, 2009.
So what are we doing right now?
Gas, premix for Jeff and Jeff. Setup for lights. Got new helmet lights. Got new lights for Jeff Hart's bike.
It's about a month before the 24-hour, right?
It is, a month before. 1 month.
Although the 24-hour race takes place at this very track, this particular event sees only 12-mile loops. The 24-hour event will be closer to 25 miles per lap with a wider mix of terrain. Even though the events differ in time and distance, it will prove to be a productive move for the Bots team, as the day was not without its issues.
7:10.
7:10.
Saturday.
Yeah.
59. Temperature's dropping, so we're a little
We've been racing now for
4:30, 5:30,
We're halfway.
6:30, 7:30.
We're about halfway in the 6-hour race.
Yep. Jeff's bike's not running so good. He's had a lot of repairs.
Yeah.
Dawn's bike looks like it's running really good. She just went out for, I don't know, this is lap 6, I think.
Yeah. What's wrong with your head?
My neck hurts.
What happened on that lap?
Well, my lights aren't working right. And came down into a ravine and hit some silt. Wham! Right on my head. Want to see my elbow?
Yeah, you should see Jeff's elbow. Yeah, you and your husband have the same injury. Except his is twice that size. It's 3 times maybe.
I'm pissed off right now.
Well, this is why we're out testing. Yeah.
You're right.
I have no idea why I'm out here in the rain washing somebody else's bike. It's not my bike. Jeff Hart's bike. and he's never here to wash it. You know? Why do I always have to do the work? I don't even get to ride the damn thing. You know what? Screw it. Ah! Just kidding. Jeff, you have a brand new bike. It's clean, it's got new parts, it's got a new motor, it's got new suspension, and it's really, really fast now.
The local shop is the lifeblood of the racing community. Shops like Vancouver's Bent Lever Motorsports become actively involved in rider support and race participation.
How long have you been here now, Dax?
2.5 years.
2.5 years, going strong. Business is okay right now?
Business is good.
You had a good contingent of local riders who come in every day?
Yeah. A lot of off-road guys, a lot of moto guys.
You have any employees that don't throw a leg over a bike?
Just Big Dave.
Yeah?
Just a mechanic. Actually, he rides a Banshee, I guess, if that counts.
What are you selling today?
Lots of tires.
Lots of tires?
25 hours, almost 25 hours. Right here we got the MX-51 rear and front.
Wow.
Picked up for Christmas school at Trail Tech.
So you're a Trail Tech?
I am with Trail Tech.
Yeah. I got your lights.
Good deal. How those working out for you, man?
They're working out great so far, yeah.
All right.
So is your bike ready to go?
Waiting on these.
Yeah?
Yeah. So getting ready to go.
So it's been pandemonium at the local bike shop?
Yep, lots.
Yeah?
I think we've sold almost 14, 16 tires today and have a whole another load of tires coming. So everybody's waiting to the last minute for everything, as Chris would know from dealing with lighting and all that stuff. Is no one's prepared.
My name is Nick Hardy. I'm riding for Trail Tech's team. My number is 20X, and it should be fun at the 25 hour.
And I love working at Bent Lever.
Yeah, Bent Lever.
I love Dax.
The best place to work for, best place to come to.
Yeah.
Set it up for some new tires, front and rear, on a Trail Tech headlight. Worked really well, practiced all week with it.
So what kind of light do you have here?
That's the extreme light. One drive light, two spotlight.
And the hand guards, how do those work in cold weather?
It's a must.
Yeah.
I've drilled many holes in many races out of these things. They've gone from mini bikes. If you turn them in backwards, it deflects all the mud from sticking to the other side, which works really well.
Backwards?
Yeah, so these were actually intended to go the other way.
Okay.
Having this on the front side, but what happens if it's in muddy conditions is it actually sticks all the mud to your hand guards, where this side will actually prevent it from sticking on it.
So we're anticipating mud then?
Possible. A few mud bogs.
Yeah. How many guys do you have on your team?
We have 6 guys. Running the open expert class.
Yep.
Yeah, I've spent the last 3 weeks probably riding 2 to 3 times during the nighttime only. Now my trip will be sent out only at night.
You like riding at night?
Yeah, it's been awesome. I actually really enjoy riding at night.
Yeah.
Ultra heavy duty, made in Japan. That's how it's done at the Bent Lever.
Another shop doing its part is Gresham, Oregon's very own KTM of Gresham.
Hi, I'm Kevin Hammond. I'm the owner of KTM of Gresham. This is our shop. It's a KTM standalone dealership. There's 4 of us that work here. Myself, 2 parts guys, and Todd Tracy, our service technician. It's a wonderful business. Right now the economy's not that great, but it's sure a lot of fun to come to work every day. We actually have 6 teams, and I can't take responsibility for all 6, but they all have KTM of Gresham's name on them. Russell Sprudy helps me he's actually the organizer of the whole thing. It's a busy time of year, it's a fantastic race, and we all race and ride, and it's a lot of fun. Hi, here we are back here in the service department at KTM of Gresham. We're prepping bikes for the 24-hour race. We are fortunate here at KTM of Gresham to have one of the best KTM mechanics on the West Coast. And I truly mean that. Todd Tracy has been through every KTM school. He is a master certified technician through KTM. We're blessed to have him. He's a great mechanic.
Whoa. Is he going to be okay?
Oh yeah, he does that all the time. Not a problem. No big deal. Happens all the time.
And no shop is complete without a mascot. Meet Brutus.
He loves it, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
So what team are you racing on?
The Young Guns.
Young Guns,
Yep.
open expert.
Yep.
So you're gonna kick some butt out there this weekend.
Yeah, we're hoping so.
Yeah? All ready to go?
Oh yeah, we should be.
Cool. See you out there.
Yeah, definitely.
Have a lot of bikes in this week?
Yeah, we've had probably 4 or 5.
Yeah? Selling a lot of tires?
Yeah.
Installing a lot of tires?
Yes. Headlights, big stators. Everybody's getting ready.
Yeah. Are you ready?
No. I'm still waiting for wires for my headlight.
From Trail Tech?
Yes.
That's it, just lights and you're done.
Pretty much.
Ready?
Myself, then I have to get myself ready to go.
Mentally?
Mentally.
Good. All right, now go fix that bike.
And my impression of this race is, you know, everybody seems to be competitive. Of course, you know, most people have their different ideas. You know, for me, I'm putting everything I got into this because I want to win. I want to win the class.
So we've decided to head out to the track about a week before the event to get some filming done, and Mother Nature decided to take a dump on us, and we're going to chance it anyway because their weather is not our weather. Predict a good day of filming out there at Starvation Ridge, or do you think it's going to rain like this all day?
I don't think it's going to rain like this all day.
Yeah. Are you eating again? Really?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. So what is it? What are you eating?
Akashi honey almond flax bar. Just tea.
That'll make you regular, that's for sure. Wow. This isn't usually what it looks like in Washington State. It's usually sunny and warm. So this is kind of an unusual day for us.
Hi, buddy. What's going on, man?
What's...
I'm not as tall as he is.
That doesn't bother him.
Oh, no, you don't. What's his name?
Morris.
Boris.
Like
Morris.
Saying last year was the longest that we had, and I keep telling everyone that, you know, the property isn't growing. And one of these days I'm going to run out of places to go.
Name and rank, sir.
Ron Campbell.
Ron Campbell. And what's your role here, Ron?
I run the cattle lot.
The cattle lot.
Responsible for
Really?
making bad jumps.
It's because of you that the jumps are the way they are? Okay.
Yep.
Challenging. Awesome.
Yeah, I'm Tom Tabor, and I'm the course marshal.
So if somebody's breaking the rules?
Somebody's breaking the rules, we get rid of them.
So if I want to cut the track, that's no-no.
Yeah, you cut the track and you're in deep shit.
You know, we haven't caught anyone yet. That's why I would like to.
Oh.
Once they get out there and see all them rocks
and barbed wire,
they have a tendency to stay on the track.
Yeah. You guys plant that stuff, right? All the rocks and the barbed wire?
Oh, definitely. In the pumpkin patch, it's ready to be picked.
Why is it the almost 25 hours of starvation?
Well, it's almost 25 hours because the neighbor that lives clear across the big canyon to the west, who I don't know, has been trying to find an angle to shut us down, and the only thing he's come up with so far is that my permit allows a 24-hour race. Last time I had to write them back and assure them that it would only be a 24-hour from green flag to checkered flag.
What do you call this pond, Scott?
This one's pretty imaginative. We call it the Big Pond.
So this is part of the track here, right here.
Yep.
This is it. It's like a cow trail.
And if it's dry enough, we'll run through those tall reeds. I haven't walked this out yet.
No, we're not going to do that.
Tall reeds. What does a rider really have to look out for when going through here?
Well, there's the rocks underfoot. There's the pieces of tree which will move, like these. And here's a wonderful opportunity for people to go in the water, and in all the years, no one's ever fell in there.
Not one person?
Not one. Kind of disappointing,
Never
actually.
had to fish anybody out.
I think this is the one that my buddy Tabor drilled his head on.
Oh, we rode last year, and we were riding through Forester's Forest, and ended up hitting a overhead tree limb, and I had to wipe my ass just to be able to see out after hitting that tree.
Do we have a team tally yet? How many teams are signed up so far?
I think we're right at 110. I mean, right now we're in the process. We lost a 50 team because a couple of their guys were injured. We've got another expert team that wants in, and we lose 2 Ironmen, but then they've put together a team, and so there's a little bit of shifting that goes on right up to the last couple days. This is more high-speed chop.
Yeah.
There's faster sections and slower sections, but the ground usually has more soil moisture, and it tends to move more. so it gets braking bumps that we don't get at Eddyville, and it gets the high-speed acceleration chop, and it's got a lot more rock. We're just right next to the briar patch, Grayson's briar patch, and 100 yards from the farmhouse. A few years ago, we were working on getting ready for the 24-hour, and I was describing to a group of guys up by the farmhouse what I was going to do to the riders. And Grayson's just shaking his head, and he points at this briar patch, and he says, well, why don't you just run them through that bunch of briar? And we laughed about it. And then a few days later, we were wandering around, and by golly, we could. So we ran through the briar patch and named it after Grayson. And see there, that's what gets a hold of jerseys and arms and wrists and necks.
While threading your way through the pucker brush and skipping over rocks and boulders might sound interesting, there are other obstacles thrown into the mix that are more man-made. This once occupied mansion was Scott's idea of fun, and it certainly commands the most attention during race events.
Rebuilt the path the bikes would go on, but we didn't rebuild the whole living room. One of Dad's farmers, I think, was one of the last ones to live here.
So when was the last time it was occupied?
Oh, probably 35 years ago.
Track preparation begins only weeks before the event. Scott and his crew work day and night to get the course laid out, brush and debris cleared, and new paths carved into the rocky soil. Many things remain, however, and Scott prefers to leave much of the course au natural, including ruts, rocks, grass, and the occasional stink bug.
We save the good stuff for the 24-hour race.
An endurance race through farmland would hardly be complete without a barn.
Remove the geese poop?
That's a big horned owl. I mean, big horned owl, like 2 foot tall.
So this is guano type horned owl
pellets?
Yeah.
If you dig through, you want to crack those open, you can see what they've been eating. There's a refrigerator pond.
So you got a refrigerator pond?
Yep, got an old-time refrigerator beside it, and it made for a good location name, so we set the refrigerator up and call it the refrigerator pond.
Yourself to compensate, huh?
Yeah, just trying to flush it out.
Jesus. So is Kim still sick?
Yeah.
Wow. And the boys?
Middle son got it over the weekend. I hit him for about 4 days, and then he was over it.
With only a couple of days left before the race, Gary gets news that Jeff Hart is out of commission. He and his family, victims of swine flu.
Oh man, I can hear people coughing in the background too.
Yeah, that's Kim. Okay.
All right, well, shoot, still call me tomorrow morning, just for the heck of it.
Yeah, well.
And then we'll go from there.
Okay.
All right, Jeff. Take care.
Yeah.
All right. Jeff Hart can't make it. He's sick as a dog. Sick as a dog. Yeah. So we're down a man now. He was supposed to fly in tomorrow morning from Wisconsin, and all this planning and preparation and work on his bike and all that is for nothing this year. So I wish him a speedy recovery, but it doesn't sound like he's going to be any better by tomorrow when he has to get on a plane and fly out here. So anyway, that's where we're at. Jeff's out. We're down to 4, and it sucks. It's going to be a sad day.
I mean, basically, everyone that does it has a good time. The 24-hour is the coolest event we do. It's got a different atmosphere in the pits, and you know, we don't have a lot of the idiot mentality racing, you know, slam dunking people. We fight that a little bit. Considering we have almost 600 riders show up, there's not much of that goes on, and I'm happy about that. But it's just a cool event. Never would have thought it would have developed into that, but it did.
Only 2 nights before the race, and the Bots team engages in one last powwow to tie up loose ends and finalize their plans.
Come on! Every shot is of me eating. I don't want that.
Put the food down. Okay, we're done.
The purpose of tonight is pumpkins, and we had to get Dave in the loop. Dave being that Dave right over there.
Cold and hell windy, I'll get the...
So he can meet our pit crew, team tilt, full tilt. Full tilt. This is team tit. There.
Team tit. Team tit's even better.
One giant boob. We're providing the booby prize.
Booby prize. Team tit, we'll have the booby prize? Is that it?
I will not be providing the prize.
So that's the purpose of tonight, just a gathering of souls.
Final prep.
Yes.
How are you hauling your batteries for your helmet light? Did you come up with a method on that yet?
I think I just put it in the fanny pack.
Easy up, you got with that.
Yep. Air tank. Air tank, let's open nitrogen tank.
Okay, I've got a clock, I've got an easel, these guys are keeping time on that.
Hey Kevin. Yo. Are you almost done with that?
Yeah.
See your pumpkin?
How does it go? If I get hurt, you guys better kill me, because if you don't, my wife will.
That goes for me too.
But
so you've got, I mean...
Your wife works in a hospital and she races. Why would she kill you?
No more meetings, no more planning, no more pizza and beer. It was time for the Bots team to hit the road.
The last couple days because we've had a lot. She's like, oh, I love hearing your updates. You guys are...
Welcome to the track.
Thanks.
Come here to race, do you?
Here for the food.
Yeah?
The arrival. As teams trickle in and pick their spaces, it's not long before pit row goes from this to this.
You know those 2 cars I knocked off I-84?
Yeah.
Because I couldn't stop the trailer from swapping? It's because the tire was flat.
We have a flat tire in the
trailer.
trailer. So how many things happened this week before this race, Jeff? Can you count them on one hand?
No, I'd have to use the toes too.
Yeah.
Hit the crescendo there with all kinds of the bad news, but I think that stuff is kind of fading away, and rain looks good, weather is good, exceptionally warm actually. It's a little smooth, but this one has air, that one doesn't.
Yeah.
So everybody that was teasing me on the way out here saying they didn't know how to drive.
Yeah.
They can
I thought
all
it was your crappy driving, but it was
right, you
flat
can all
tire.
take it back now.
I take it back. I take it. Are we good?
Okay.
Are we good?
No, you just buy me a beer.
Oh, okay.
Pit setup. Last minute bike prep and Halloween decorating begins just after arrival.
Will that frighten you?
You know, I get scared when I look at that. So
Put them all together ourselves.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It looks awesome.
It is pretty awesome.
Are you signed up?
Of course.
What class?
Amateur. It's when you get all the work done, so tomorrow's nice and easy.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
don't have to work so hard.
Everybody here pass sound check?
I did.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Ready to race now?
What's that?
Ready to race now?
I am ready to race.
Yeah?
I'm excited to race.
The sound test. An increasingly necessary step in the off-road motorcycling community. All over the country, tracks and promoters push for regulations to limit the amount of noise at the events.
We're doing sound test. Scott wanted to implement a sound test for the race. It's a good thing for the track promoters to do at this point. Somebody's got to start enforcing it, so he's doing it. Good thing.
The off-road community is feeling the pressure, and manufacturers are working on new technology that will prevent dirt biking from becoming extinct. At 105 decibels, it looks as if Dawn will need to make some adjustments to the bike if she's going to meet the 99 decibel requirement.
So Gary, Dawn didn't pass. Do you think you will? She blew 105.
Oh boy. That's
She
like,
now has to go talk to the officials.
This is the motocross breathalyzer.
Gary puffs a 97.5, well within the legal limit.
Your wife failed. What do you think he'll do?
She's not a failure in my eyes.
What did you get?
180.
180?
Just kidding. So we got a 96.
96?
Yeah.
So the bike even running? Oh, they stamped your face
They
when
did
you,
stamp
when
my
you got
face.
your sound test.
Yes.
Oh.
Although I did not pass my sound test the first time.
You didn't pass your sound test?
Not the first time. I fixed my bike. I put a different silencer on it.
Good job.
Yeah. We're all ready to go.
Like Iwo Jima and man's first step on the moon, a 24-hour race event just wouldn't be complete without the ubiquitous group of yahoos raising the nation's flag.
Who's gonna run the shop if you fall?
Right now, somebody go and find some zip ties.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
I can't.
It's up there.
How many KTM riders does it take?
Uh-oh.
Put your foot on my leg. Okay, that was a cluster. You're a pole dancer.
Somebody said they had a ladder.
That looks like shit.
Okay.
Who had a ladder? That might be that in Wallace, Idaho, and see what you get.
Debbie and her team work all day and into the night to make sure riders and their teams are signed up and ready to race.
How you doing, Debbie?
I am good. How are you?
Fantastic. We got 6 riders here.
Very good.
A couple of these knuckleheads, though, failed to circle their,
That means they have to ride in the women's class, and that means a thong and a dress.
thong and a dress. You know what? I think we came really quick.
Over 100 teams have pre-registered for the event. Each team will need numbers and transponders if they want to be counted.
Go Team North Star. Thanks North Star Dodge for sponsoring us at Starvation Ridge this year.
Okay, this is your baton. If you don't pass this off when you switch riders, we don't care how many laps you do, but when you switch riders, make sure you switch this. The transponder itself needs to be in the middle of your back. One of the sweep rider or the checkers starts groping you. It's not because they want to be frisky, but it's because you're not reading.
Did you get that?
All right.
Do we need to feed it into you?
Okay, so you've got your numbers.
All right. How late are you going to have sign up open?
Probably till about 10.
10 o'clock and
Yeah.
you shut it down? What time you resume in the morning?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. And it'll still be going by the time the race starts. So
It will still be, yes.
So you all signed up?
Yeah.
You're all signed up? Good to go?
All signed up, good to go.
Yeah.
Just ready to ride.
Are you?
This is pretty incredible. I'm just kind of walking around going, wow, this is for real. There's a shitload of people out just hanging out here and getting a good night's sleep. I'm kind of thankful I'm getting the hell out of here tonight. I'm going to stay in town and I need a good night's sleep so I can kick some ass tomorrow.
Yeah.
So now I'm kind of thankful I'm getting out of here, but it's fun to hang out for a little while.
The rider board over here.
Yeah.
We've got 6 people in our class.
16.
There are 6 teams, and there's 25 Ironmen.
That is a lot.
Iron Woman too, right?
I don't know. Is there a woman doing it?
Yeah, we may.
Oh, wow. Good for them.
Am I going to ride Ironman next year? I know who lays the course out.
For some, pit setup and prep will go late into the night. For others, an early arrival means some extra time to hang out, meet fellow riders, and reflect.
My name is Mike Decker, raced an Ironman this year, second time. Last year was my first year, I got 4th. Felt pretty good because the top 3 were 19-year-olds and I'm 37, so it felt good. Yeah, there's 20 of us, and get a good start and settle in and go for 24 hours.
So is there a lot of bad blood between
No,
Ironman
because
riders?
Ironman riders, we're kind of a strange breed to go out there and do this for 24 hours. It's kind of fun to talk to them the night before, get to know them and get to know the numbers, and afterwards it's all about kicking back.
Well, good luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, my name's Tia Flynn. I'm from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Team Shred Betty's been here every single year. Okay, this is Tammy Bozar. She's from Portland. She's our fastest. This is Sally Cable.
Sally, what are you riding?
XR 400.
Yeah? You looking forward to the race tomorrow?
Oh yeah.
Where did the name Shred Betty come from?
the first year, one of the pit guys named the team.
Everybody's healthy right now? Nobody's sick?
Nobody's
feeling
sick,
good?
nobody's hurt.
You feeling great? 100%?
Feeling good.
Good?
It was, I wouldn't
No
tell you.
sniffles, no headaches, no nothing? Awesome. So how was the lasagna?
Lasagna was good.
Was it? Wow, you do have a smorgasbord here. Look at that. Who's the cook?
Oh,
Costco! Costco! Well, this is an awesome structure you have here. Anybody want
way to do a pit.
Anybody want to explain why we're in a box?
We are Team R3PM. We've been here since the beginning, and we decided that we'd build a structure. We prefab it before we come up and go together in pieces.
You're from Alaska.
Yes, sir. Steve Smith, R3PM, and for the amateur.
6 guys. 6, yeah. All close to 50.
We're 2-time winners. We're going for a 3-peat.
We're not fast, but we're consistent.
Yeah, that's the name of the game.
That's right.
Well, good luck to you.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Good morning. This is the Starvation Ridge, almost 25 hours team race. We have perfect dirt today. Should be epic conditions and be rougher than all Billy Get Out. Riders ought to have a good time.
Breakfast.
What you making?
Hash browns, eggs, sausage, bacon, toast, and coffee.
So who's watching the taters?
Well, I wouldn't be accused of cooking because I don't think they want me to. Chris Hodges, Ron Hughes, and we're doing the 40B this year. Sandbaggers!
Maria Valdenegro, we are racing the Open B class. Me, 2 other girls, and 1.5 guys.
1.5 guys?
1.5 guys.
How do you explain that?
No, one's only 13, so we call him a half guy, and he's only racing, only doing like 3 laps during the day.
What part of town you from?
Eugene, Oregon. I'm the manager at KTM Country.
It's fun. So any strategies for the race this weekend?
Stay upright, and person who crashes the least will win this race.
Scott assembles a group of volunteers for a pre-race meeting. These volunteers are known as track sweeps. A track sweep patrols the course, assists with downed riders, and makes every attempt to maintain order amongst chaos.
We've got a 2-track that runs up to the light pole that we use pretty heavy. That'll get you up into the middle of the property. And then we've got another 2-track that gets down to the barn and the farmhouse. I don't know if you guys saw my visual aids out here. Okay, I got 3 visual aids. John, I need your help here for a second. There's probably about 100 of these marking the inside of a corner. The problem that we've had in the past, would you kick that for me, John? Hard! That's what happened. You can kick that one for me. Hard. The barrels are clear full of water. There's 440 pounds of weight right there. I don't think the riders are going to be kicking those down. If they do, you can set them up and we'll go on about the day. But more likely we'll be picking that rider up. By the same token, don't you guys clip the barrel or I think that's going to hurt. If you see a pile of dirt like this, that is not a jump. We actually have gone out with a cat and a backhoe and we'll push a pile of dirt like that up on a cutoff line. That's actually as important a thing as retrieving riders is keeping the guys that are out there racing honest. Notify us if you see the guys cutting a course. If you see anyone cutting a course, get me a number. I'll disqualify them and I will have a great time doing that. I will make that as public as I can.
With the Ironman class at 25 this year, competition will be tight. One man Trev has his eye on is the 2004 winner, Steve Corey.
So, name and rank.
Steve Corey, 158I, riding the Ironman class. This will be my 4th year as an Ironman here.
And you've won it before, right?
2004 I won the Ironman class.
Yeah. I know you've been talking to Trev Peltzer.
I know.
You guys are going to be battling it out there.
I know, it's going to be so much fun. I'm hoping we can take it to the wire.
Okay, so your strategy is to
not stop.
Not stop. How are you going to do that?
It's
been a while, though.
I've got to come in and pit, but everybody in here is just going to have to make me get back out there.
What if you fall asleep in the pit before you get back on?
Not acceptable.
So what are you riding? What kind of bike?
DRZ 400 Suzuki. It's not my bike.
Yeah.
Fellow loaned it to me under the condition that I come out here and win this class.
So what do you do in your off time when you're not riding bikes?
Build motocross tracks.
In the Northwest mostly, or all over?
Northwest, correct.
Yeah. How long have you been doing that?
About 10 years.
10 years. All right, Steve, we'll keep the rubber side down and good luck.
I'm excited.
Oh man, I can feel the excitement. It's coming off your head right now. I can feel it.
The last bit of preparation is saved for the riders' meeting. This is where Scott lays it all out. Starting order, track length, the works.
Transponder belts or transponders, they have to be crossways on your back. This is like a track relay race. If you lose the transponder belt, 1, you're going to lose that lap. 2, you're going to give us $20 for us to burn you a new transponder to get you going again.
And now it's time. Like soldiers marching to war, these riders and team members know nothing about what awaits them. You won't find Taddy or David Knight or Ryan Dungey at this event. No factories, no energy drink companies, nor the big magazines. Accountants, contractors, engineers, trash collectors. These dedicated amateurs spend time and money on a sport that rewards them only with sheer fun and adrenaline. With the race underway, it's not long before Gary from the Bots team moves to the front of the 40 expert class. The rider just in front of Gary is 30 expert rider Mike Braun from I-90 Motorsports. The two would make a good race of it, and although the track appears to be very forgiving at this point, It would soon claim Mike Braun as its first victim. Only a couple of miles in, and riders encounter the first structural obstacle, the house. What was once a track wide enough for several bikes is now a single track with room enough for only one bike at a time. Poor sportsmanship or a desire to win 23.5 hours ahead of schedule, you make the call. Back on the trail and up to speed, Gary would soon find himself swapping positions with another 40 expert rider, number 42, Dave Sheets. It would be no easy lap for either of these riders, and with a half mile of whoops ahead of them, the pain of screaming forearms would have to be ignored. It's just hold on and go. It isn't long before the group spreads out and riders find themselves with a little breathing room.
If I can get the blue lights to go, Tom, then that means I got something going for me. If I can get the arms to pump up and then go down, I'm good. If I can't, cold, running cold, just starting cold. Yeah.
So they had to sit backwards, straddled on their bike. Because Scott was up on top of the trailer. So they had to watch him when he did the flag. They get off their bike, spin back around, and go.
By the time the Ironman riders get to the house, the line has grown. Dennis Cromwell waits it out patiently. A solid first lap ends for Gary and the Bots team. He'll pass the transponder off to Jeff and give him a brief review of the course.
My name is Chuck White. I'm from Olympia, Washington. Come up to Starvation Ridge here to race the almost 25-hour race. I've never raced it before, but I know we go through the farmhouse, so I'm looking forward to that and seeing how that works out. And I guess we maybe even go through a barn or something. I'm not sure either, but I'm just looking forward to it. I've never done a 24-hour race. I got invited by a bunch of good friends of mine, and I'm really looking forward to just getting out there and having a good time.
Have you considered Ironmanning?
Yeah, I did actually. I've considered it a couple times, but I don't know. Team race is fun because you get to kind of pass the torch, and you know, it's not all on your shoulders if you do bad, and it's not all on your shoulders if you do good, so it's kind of nice to be part of a team where in our sport it's all individual. It's kind of nice. This is a fun race. I think Scott really understands that, and he does a really good job from what I understand. I'm really looking forward to it.
If you happen to be in front of Chuck, you just may hear a few choice words coming from behind.
This guy. You and I going back and forth the whole race, huh?
Oh, that was you?
That was me.
Right on.
Good ride, man.
You bet.
Hauling ass out there. What was your name?
Dave Sheets.
Dave Sheets, and you're racing 40 Expert.
Yep.
Okay,
Thanks for all the roofs. I probably got a bunch of...
Yeah, me too. I ate your dirt, man.
That was fun. Thank you.
So that was the guy that made me eat dirt for a whole lap. So.
Although Gary posted a respectable lap time, his bike had a bad case of back-end swap the entire lap.
All right, so Gary, 52-minute lap, and what the heck are you doing now? Why?
I had a flat tire the whole lap. As soon as I went out, I could feel it over there.
Oh, man. Is it just low, or how do you know it's completely flat? It felt like there was pressure, but was that...
It's flat.
Oh, man.
The 24 hours of Starvation Ridge has its people, its pit strategies, and its landscape. You combine those three elements together, and you get one of the most beautiful amateur events in the country. It's truly a sight to behold. On the track, Jeff maintains a decent pace for the Bots team. Consistency will be the key to a great race. In the pits, Scott looks for speeders with his radar gun.
That'd be pretty cool. So, Scott, what do you got in your hand?
Well, that's my enforcer, my radar gun, one of 3.
You get anybody yet today?
Oh yeah, got him the first 2 minutes.
How's Trev doing?
I'm filling in.
He's doing good. Is he?
Yeah.
When was he in last? Did I miss him?
About 10 minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
So we need to stop back at 5:20. I already found out.
Okay.
He does a pit stop for about 7 minutes, so get a chance to catch up.
Okay. Yeah, we'll catch him next. What do you got there?
Who said all the fun was out on the track? The kids engage in Halloween activities while Mom and Dad play in the dirt.
What'd you win?
Butterfinger.
Oh, that's good stuff. What are you kids doing over here? What are you making?
Bike charm.
Oh. Let's see it. Wow, that's pretty.
Dawn makes her way onto the track. The course is rough but fast, but knowing Dawn, she won't let off until a bike is parked in the pits. For some riders, the day would be fun and uneventful. They would enjoy the last bits of daylight and begin thinking about the night laps ahead of them. For others, the day would turn out to be a bit of a struggle. Yeah, that's gonna leave a mark. And the ride of shame? Missing your lap because of a broken bike. It's not fun being carted back in on the RZR. With her last day lap completed, Dawn brings it in and sets her sights on the night portion of the event.
First lap was a little disoriented because I had something else in my head so many times.
Yeah.
Now that I understand it, actually you can drift a lot of those corners.
Yeah.
Never have to let off.
You want to get out to the next barrel so you know which way to go.
Now that the day portion of the race is behind them, racers will begin preparing for their night laps.
Really big show.
The pits transform into a corridor of lights. Riders, mechanics, and support crews scramble to get bikes and lights mounted and ready to go. Gary completes his first night lap and hands the transponder off to Jeff. Things are looking pretty good for the Bots team so far. Night racing takes an added level of concentration, bravado, and insanity. Both experience and decent equipment are necessary if you don't want to outrun your lights. More than anything, night racing heightens the senses and forces the brain to work overtime. It's not uncommon for a racer to post a faster lap time because of this intense concentration. Finding your rhythm on a track this long is important, especially at night. Here we see Rob Rice settling into his groove, getting his rhythm.
All right.
Everything feel good?
Yeah, I feel pretty good. I still don't know their computer system. This seems like it's all screwed up. 1 minute I'm fourth, 10 minutes behind third. The next lap I'm fifth, 40 minutes behind fourth. And I didn't get passed by anybody, so I don't understand. It's kind of weird.
Dave Taxel of the Bots team is ready to head out on his lap, but Jeff is a little overdue. This nervous anticipation is having an effect on Dave's bladder.
We're not going to take a leak again.
Are you serious?
What can I say?
I'm going down to give us the thumbs up.
All right, I'm going to go.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
bladder emptied and the anticipation of his first night lap upon him, Marie packs the transponder and sends Dave on his way.
Well, it looks like Jeff, according to him, did a 5th gear endo about mile 11. And this is the remaining pieces of his headlight.
Where does it hurt?
It'd be easier to tell you where it doesn't hurt. You know, it comes up on a plateau, and it's got those rain bars because he's got the road cross cut where the roads are.
Yeah.
Bam!
Oh, so you were hauling ass and didn't see the...
What?
There's a lot of stuff I don't see out there at night. I just got the back end. I couldn't do it. That was a yard sale. I laid on the ground for about 4 minutes trying to do one of these things.
Oh.
Having endured one of his worst crashes ever, Jeff decides to tear into the bike and make repairs. It was time to cannibalize the unridden bike of Jeff Hart and solicit the help of Chris from Trail Tech to sort out lighting issues.
You got a stator in this guy?
The one you put in, yeah.
You running helmet lights off it? Alright, with just this you're good. Anything more, question.
Trail Tech is a worldwide supplier of off-road lighting and provides local support at events like the 24 Hours of Starvation Ridge. Their presence is not only crucial to the racers, but much appreciated.
When they build their wire harnesses, CDIs, things like that.
Chris and his team will work tirelessly through the night to make sure riders are lit for darkness.
Thanks a lot. We appreciate it. Wonderful support here.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys and supporting us as well.
I'll do it. Yeah, baby.
What was your name again? Dave Turner.
You'll find the most determined riders at the event. Guys like Dave Turner help make it what it is today.
Go. See ya. Whoa! Yeah, I lost both my number plates.
Did you have spares?
No.
No spares?
Yeah, this one I dropped off at the checkpoint.
Oh.
Just flopping around, so I just took it off. So far, so good. Jay blew out his bike. Took this off. Smacked his clutch. Yeah, the clutch slid. Slapped it.
These images of Dawn passing by our cameras would be the last of her at the almost 25 hours of Starvation Ridge. She would suffer the same type of crash as Jeff, a high-speed get-off that would leave her in too much pain to complete the event. It's early morning and the sun is about to make its presence known. Riders can look forward to another 4 hours of riding in daylight. The end of the race is near. Riders and teams put the darkness behind them and begin to feel a renewed rush of adrenaline. They'll need it, as the track has taken a constant pounding for the last 20 hours. It's at this point that the muscles scream and burn from fatigue with every bump, jump, and jolt. With Don and Jeff both out of the race, Bots team member Dave Taxel decides to pack it in as well for fear of breaking his body or his bike. Kevin would make one last air filter change on Gary's bike. It would be up to Gary to finish the race for the Bots team. It's a good lap, and Gary makes every attempt to make up for lost time. The hard charge would find the Bots team in 4th place. And just like that, the race is over. Riders will continue to trickle in for the next hour or so. The track sweeps will scour the track, and the teams will set their sights on recovery, repair, and rest.
It's 9 o'clock, isn't it?
It is 9 o'clock, but we still have people out on the course.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Tom.
Yep,
And then after the last rider gets in, we get to the most stressful part of the weekend.
Which is counting laps.
Going over laps and looking for cheaters.
Any final thoughts on the race?
No, not at this point. Just trying to get this one done and recollect later.
Yeah. And you just finished?
Just finished.
Just finished, and you did how many laps?
200 miles.
200 miles.
Came here at the last. I got the blisters.
Let me see your blisters. Pretty gross, huh? Well, congratulations and safe travels home.
All right, thanks, Gary. I'm Brent Hallstrom, and I'm from I-90 Motorsports race team.
And I'm Rob Rice. I'm on the I-90 Motorsports race team.
How'd you guys do?
We got second in our class, which was 30 expert by 3 minutes. Very close. The whole race, never more than 20 minutes apart the whole weekend. Great weekend. We had a lot of fun.
Yep. All right. Thanks a lot, guys.
You bet. Thank you.
Wait, you win an Ironman race, and this is what you're doing? So congratulations. We heard you won the race, and now you're getting that much-needed rest. What was your strategy? How'd you do it?
But my strategy was that I couldn't stop. I rode all night. I never stopped.
You didn't stop at all?
No.
Didn't stop and rest?
No, I never stopped.
Did you eat?
I ate all night, yeah. Bananas, Pedialyte, peanut butter sandwiches, honey, and Pedialyte.
How do you feel right now?
I feel great.
Yeah?
Yeah, I feel great. Other than
that's a major accomplishment. This is your second win, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Well, let me see your hands. Let me see how many blisters you got. Yeah. It looks like road rash, actually.
That was after 4 laps.
Any plans for next year?
I think that's going to be my last.
You're not going to do a three-peat?
I want to do Baja next year.
Anyway, hey, way to go, man. That was good.
Thanks.
So, Trev, second place in the Ironman class. Congratulations. How'd you do it?
Sheer will.
Yeah?
Sheer force of will. After I actually had this thought in the first lap, I thought, what the hell did I sign up for? If I got to get second place to somebody, Steve's the guy.
Yeah.
And it does feel good. My goal was just to stay on the bike, not to stop and sleep, but just to stay on and keep riding no matter how slow I went. There was actually one lap around 3 o'clock in the morning. I was so tired that I was in first gear. I think it's the closest first and second finish they've had, because usually it's hours.
Yeah.
Between first and second, so I feel good about that. I just know right now I have a lot of body parts that hurt. I don't really feel that sleepy. I mean, I'm physically tired, but I don't really feel that sleepy necessarily. Thanks.
Congratulations, man. You got to feel really good about that.
Yeah, it does. It does feel good. And, like I say, if we're going to get second, glad somebody like Steve got first.
Yeah.
He worked. I mean, he worked hard for it.
He did. He rode a great race.
Yeah, he worked hard for it.
We put on a damn good event, didn't we?
Well, we gave it our best shot.
Best shot.
Yeah.
Passion, hard work, and a love for the off-road community, Scott and Debbie exemplify the word promoters. And in another year, their dedication will be put to the test once again. For Team Bots, this race would be remembered as a tough event, both in planning and execution. With their sights already set on next year, you just may catch them out here ripping across these open plains.